This spring, I'm loosening my knitting expectations and being inspired by the yarn I have. In the past, I've struggled with casting on or dreaming of more projects than I can knit in a season, leaving me with disappointment and unfinished projects when the weather changes next. I want my knitting to feel peaceful, not behind, fulfilling, not flighty. In order to finish my spring knitting projects and enjoy the season, I'm intentionally curating my yarn at the start of the new season. Going into spring, I'm enjoying the Beatrix Potter / Cotswold Village inspiration. And following this feeling and interest and in shopping my own yarn collection, I use what I like to call the basket method. I use baskets for everything: toys, bread, and of course, yarn. When I search my yarn with a certain color palette or project in mind, I'm much more intentional. Without the limit of one basket, I could easily pull out 20 balls of yarn that I want to knit with this spring. But I know that's too many projects and I'll wind up overwhelmed. Now I'm gifting myself peaceful, purposeful knitting this spring. I like to find spring knitting inspiration from my yarn first. It keeps me from overspending and I end up using what I already have made space in my home for. Following this Beatrix Potter and Cotswold spring inspiration, I'm really enjoying yarns that are purples and kind of remind me of cobblestone. I'm really enjoying soft greens and, of course, all the pastels that springtime already has to offer. And since we're going into spring, I'm looking through my lighter weight yarns. So anything that has a blend with wool or blend with yak and is not just 100% one or the other is a good transitional fiber for feeling good as the sun starts to even peek out on these days. The basket method doesn't feel overwhelming and it's definitely not a to-do list. It's a kind, gentle way to invite me to knit in the current season. I can knit all of it or just one thing. The biggest thing is that I look at this small basket and feel joy about knitting it if I end up getting to it all. Slow knitting in any season is about remembering why I enjoy to knit, not to keep up with trends or to keep up with the Joneses. And having a small basket to hold my spring knitting plans is a kind way to support my love of knitting.